Found a pretty cool alpha male just now. I want to share some of his wisdom with you, in case you happen to be some kind of weak simpleton out there that doesn't quite understand what it means to actually be a real man.
Weak men run to the bathroom every 15-20 minutes. They get a little nervous, they gotta go take a crap, they gotta go take a piss. And when you walk into a public restroom and you see a guy taking a crap, that's embarrassing. I gotta tell you, this is the most vulnerable position a man is ever gonna be in. Taking a crap. Anyone can open the door, stab you in the neck with a knife. Think about that for a moment next time you go out there and start taking craps in public.
There's a lot to digest here, but first and foremost, men don't crap. Men shit. I don't know why he's afraid of using big boy words and instead has decided to use elementary school nomenclature to describe a fucking bowel movement from a man as a crap. That's pathetic. I haven't taken a crap since I was 12 years old. I shit. That's what I do. Maybe this guy's out there making little fucking toots and poots from his butt there, and that's what he calls crap, but that's not what an actual man does. Also, who the fuck is going to the bathroom every 15 minutes? That's not a sign of being nervous and having shaky knees. That's a sign of a serious medical condition that needs to be analyzed quickly. Every 15 minutes excusing yourself to the toilet? What? Who does he hang around with? Dogs that are just afraid around strangers or something? Like, what is going on? Every 15 minutes excusing yourself to the restroom? What the fuck? Also, how would you ever be that nervous? Like, where would you even be that would be causing nerves to that degree that you're going to the bathroom every 15 minutes? Does he think, like, his spiritual pressure is so extreme that it's making men that nervous to even just be in his proximity, so they have to keep going to the bathroom to decompress and just fucking void their bowels and empty their bladders or something? And finally, what a wacky mentality and outlook on living, where his concern is that by putting yourself in a vulnerable position in a public bathroom by taking a crap, as this Boy Scout calls it here, that there's the concern that someone would bust in and stab you in the neck with a knife. Buddy, I got some bad news. I hope you're sitting down for this one. The cold water's coming. If someone is looking to attack you with a knife in the bathroom, it doesn't matter if you're shitting or pissing in a urinal, you're in danger. Even if you were standing up and tinkling like a big man and some lunatic comes in there with a knife to stab you in the neck, you're still not really in the best position for this crazy surprise attack from this menace on the loose. It doesn't really change the scenario all that much if you are urinating or hitting that number 2 over there. If there is someone that just randomly comes in there with a knife to stab you in the neck. It must be miserable going through life with perpetual fear like that. Like, if at that point, just never go to the bathroom in general, so that way you're never in a vulnerable position. That would have been more alpha advice, by the way, if he's like, yeah, I had my asshole surgically removed, so that way I'm never caught with my pants down on the porcelain throne. Now I just use this colostomy bag. Like, that would have been far harder. Like, yeah, butthole is a sign of weakness. It's a vulnerability in the masculine frame that can be exploited by bad actors, and also when you have to take a crap in public, well then all of a sudden you've exposed yourself to potential knife attacks, which is why I had mine sewn shut.
You have to consult with your wife about simple things in life. There's a big problem. If you have to consult your wife about certain business decisions, about certain things that you're going to do to better yourself, there's also a problem there. Your wife should be supporting you to become the best version of yourself, to be the best leader possible. And if she does not back that, there is a freaking problem. And that's on you.
Brother, this ain't Weenie Hut Jr. Why are you saying freaking? This guy's supposed to be an alpha male, yet he's afraid of harsh language. Like, he won't say fucking and he won't say shit. Goodness gracious, grow up. If you're supposed to be like this big, rough, tough guy telling it like it is, you can't be saying things like freaking. Anyway, dude's a big wife guy. He has a lot of segments on wives and how to handle the old ball and chain and, what a quality wife is, that kind of thing. And in this section here, his stance is that any man who consults his wife for basically anything is weak, and it's indicative of a problem here. If you talk to your wife for anything other than sycophantic approval, you're a bitch, is fundamentally the vibe here that I pick up from him. Which is an interesting take because what's even the point in having a wife if it's not someone you want to talk to about important things? Obviously, it's great if your significant other is supportive of the things that you do and want to pursue, but they also shouldn't just be like NPCs that only say yes and good job and encourage things that maybe aren't the best paths, right? So like if you go to your wife and you start talking about this new career you found about pretending to be an alpha male online, parading around like you're the absolute ultimate of men, maybe she should opine saying, that's kind of cringe, maybe not the best idea. There's nothing wrong with that, and she's not a bad wife for not just sucking your dick on the whole thing. And there's nothing wrong with talking to your wife about things either. It's not weak to talk to your life partner.
When I shake a hand, the first thing that I look at, and this is the truth, okay, if that fucker is wearing shorts and some fucking flip-flops, it's a preconceived idea that gets imprinted in my mind. He's gonna have a limp fucking handshake. I'm 100 out of 100 with that.
Lord help us if this guy ever went to the beach, he'd blow a gasket. Everyone in flip-flops out there. Or if he ever came to Florida, I suppose. But one thing I always appreciate about alpha male gurus is they have to talk about literally every single aspect of just being alive, to the point where even taking a shit is beta and weak and there's a man way of shitting. Like, it can't just be obvious stuff about, working out, that kind of thing. It has to be like, yeah, this is going to be a limp handshake for sure. I'm always paying attention to the dress, the wardrobe of every man I look at. And if they're wearing something that looks a little wacky, I know it's a limp handshake coming my way, and that makes me sick to my fucking stomach. Also, what I will say, though, is that he's changed his tone here, and now he's no longer saying freaking. This time, he went hog wild here. He was dropping F-bombs. But don't tell his wife.
A warrior is the eye of the storm. He's the eye of the hurricane, right? Where everything around him could be spinning around, but he is standing still as a rock. He is grounded. His foundation unshakable. When you get to that level, things around you, let them move. But you stay strong, you stay firm, you stay focused.
It's always this kind of shit that I think is so meaningless. If you want to be a gladiator, if you need to be a goddamn warrior, you need to remember, when it's all spinning, that's when you stand there unshitting and you are the rock. Like, come on, man. It's like it's made for actual 12-year-olds. What real men who actually are looking for advice could benefit from is actionable things. This is useless. This is just a bunch of empty platitudes. Who needs to hear like these words of affirmation daily? You are the warrior. It doesn't matter what's going on right now. You are the warrior. It's just, it's sad. And they all do the same shit. It's all from the same fucking script. And it's usually to hawk some bogus course for a bunch of money that you don't need, that won't help you in the first place.
I think that you are a loser if your wife has to work to bring in money into your household so you can both survive. That is not the way of the warrior. That is not the way of a manly man. A masculine man provides and protects. His wife, if he's okay with it, sure, she can go out there and work and have a career.
Spoken like a man who's completely detached from reality and oblivious to the cost of living for normal, average, everyday Americans. Calling them a loser, you're not a warrior if you can't provide for your wife off just your job alone. Brother, even if you are a successful man with a successful career, by all definitions, a successful career, the price of buying your first house is still unattainable for the vast majority of careers off just a single income. The market is completely fucked. So, in most cases where someone's looking to settle down and start a family, both the husband and wife are working in order to even have a chance at affording that dream of buying a house. You're not a loser if you can't immediately buy your wife a house for you and her to live in and raise a family in off just your income alone. That rarely happens these days, and it's only been getting more and more uncommon as things get more and more fucked with the pricing.
The woman that you have in your arms says a lot about you. So if that woman is a smoke show, if that woman is a great-hearted woman, is a strong woman, is a woman who can carry herself with dignity, with decorum, with respect, and is a good mother and a good wife, congrats to you.
This one I thought was actually just kind of sweet. He's like, look, if you have a good wife, good heart, respect, and congrats to you. Like, okay, hey, nice. But also, who is this for? You know damn well the people watching this kind of content and desperately clinging to it don't have a wife. You're their wife. You're their substitute wife. So who are you congratulating? It's just kind of like a nothing burger statement, but it is kind of just a sweet message like, hey, you know, the woman that you're with, it's an important thing. You know, if she looks great, she's good-hearted, she's respectful, and all of this, that's awesome. Yeehaw. And it's like, oh, okay, yeah, no, that makes sense. But yeah, anyway, I'll stop yapping about it. I think all of you have learned a valuable lesson about taking a shit in general. So yeah, that's really about it. See ya.